After extensive research on the proposed partnership, I believe it would be in the best interest of the people, law enforcement, special needs individuals, and their families if this did in fact become policy. We are in a camouflaged epidemic right now of spectrum-related mental disability diagnoses. I'm a father of a 5-year-old autistic, and I can tell you autism rates are out of control, and they're out of control everywhere. These are the undeniable CDC statistics. In 2000, the identified prevalence of autism was about 1 in 150. In 2006, it went to 1 in 100. A decade later, in 2016, it spiked to 1 in 54. And here we are today in 2022 at 1 in 44. Autism spectrum disorder is one of the fastest growing developmental disorders in the United States, more common than childhood cancer, diabetes, and AIDS combined. The massive surge in autism spectrum disorders and their effects are starting to spill into our communities, and they will continue to present challenges to schools, businesses, and most importantly, law enforcement. In 2020, 13-year-old Landon Cameron, who had autism, was shot by Salt Lake City police after his mom called 911 because he was having a mental health crisis. Again in 2020, just outside New Orleans, police were called to a 16-year-old's home who was hitting himself and trying to bite other members of his family. This is called melting down with self-harm. Officers sat on this kid for 9 minutes until he died. And this is what I mean when I say camouflaged epidemic. We see stories of some people being sat on and killed, but not everyone, because we don't have a clear understanding of what the spectrum of mental disorders looks like. It's different in every case. And every year that goes by, these kids, many severe, they get older and they get stronger. These meltdowns go from angry to violent. I strongly support this mental health unit partnership because it's becoming unrealistic to expect our officers who already deal with so much adversity to also have to understand ASD mental health disabilities and all of the unique characteristics. I view a dedicated civilian crisis response specialist, or CRS as it's called in the legislation, as not a replacement for law enforcement, but yet another tool in the toolkit for peaceful resolutions for many who just don't have control of their environments or their emotions. I think this is a trailblazing opportunity between the two departments. Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any other questions? Commissioner Gerard.
Thank you again. First of all, I think this is a very positive move, and I really appreciate that we are contracting with the MHU. I think it's a wonderful thing. I know that there are going to be